What's up, tricksters? Just wanted to let you know that if you watch this video from beginning to the end, you will increase your IQ from Gorilla mode to 9000 Super Saiyan 100%. I plan to do VOD reviews for every single agent on every single map of Valorant in every single rank. So I'm going to teach you how to play a specific agent on a specific map in your particular rank that you're at that moment. So if you want to learn how to play Valorant to climb ranks or to compete as a professional esports player, I highly recommend you to watch these videos so you don't ask me stupid questions on my live streams and on my Discord server. If you want to submit your own VOD for review, you can do it down in description below, and remember to hit the subscribe button because on 50,000 subscribers I have something very special and crazy for you. Well, everything that I do is kinda crazy, so yeah, enjoy the video. What's up, tricksters, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another VOD review with Charlatano Papito. Today we're doing a Raze VOD review. We have a platinum friend, Gladius, that has also been diamond as well, so we're gonna count this as a platinum VOD review. He's playing Raze on Split, and again we have Split in our hands. Actually, we are not gonna see the first round because he cut the first round for some stupid reason, but he lost the first round. In the previous video I explained how you should be playing Split, and yesterday I explained which positions you should take on Split, like how to play first round with a shorty. Again, you will see the black screen of that for a just small amount of time. Like, the shorty strategy works on every single map and on every single angle corner that you take. Like, what I love to do in the first round, no matter which map I'm playing, I will always pick up the shorty, light shield, and one of the abilities. Usually with Raze, that is the blast pack. I will drop the shorty on the ground. As the round starts, I will pick up the shorty, and I will have one of my allies bait for me. This ally here, his job is to take all the attention from these enemies here, and then you peek as soon as the enemies cross this line. You do a collateral damage, maybe you kill enemies, maybe you don't, you pick up the pistol and you continue the fight. Or you can do simply a blast pack or grenade to pull away and get back into the site. If the enemies push you here and your ally dies on the A tower, simply fall back onto site with a classic pistol or shorty and play around the site elbow area. If the enemies take B site, no problemo, then just remember to take out the pistol, drop the shorty, and retake the B site with a pistol, with a classic. That's the tactic that you should do on every single map, no matter what map you're playing, no matter like what the situation is. Always do some kind of a baiting strategy. Like, you can think up your own strats, I'm just giving you my personal strats, and that's it, like, whatever. In the second round, you should not buy anything as the attacker if you don't have enough money. If you have around 2,400 credits, like, you can do a force buy. Like, if every single one of your allies and you have like 2,400, 2,500, then you can do a force buy with specters and light armors or heavy shields and sheriffs. But if you have below 2,000 credits, every single one of your allies, then full eco that round, buy maybe some abilities, and try to have in the next round heavy shield with the Vandal or Phantom, so full buy round. We have very interesting crosshair here. I totally forgot what Gladius is playing. One of the best crosshairs, I must say, in Valorant, because Valorant really favors those circle type crosshairs. As soon as you see this sage wall in front of yourself on Split, try to destroy it as soon as possible. When you're destroying the sage wall, try to destroy every single block in the same time, so you don't give enemies free angles to peek from. So you should be destroying all 4 of the blocks in the same time. First shoot this block, this block, this block, and then destroy them in the same time when the sage places the wall here. Also, you can do a jump, which has been very viral on Reddit, from this part of the map to the box here, and surprise the enemy sage and jump over the wall. How do you perform that jump? Like, it's extremely simple. You just come to this area here, you jump, and as soon as your legs hit the ground here, you release your crouch. So you jump, crouch, and then you release your crouch as soon as your legs hit this part of the box. So, like this. Very easy, very easy. The whole point of economy round is to make the economy damage to the enemies and don't push like a boosted bonobos. Like, just try to take 1-2 guns from the enemies, try to take 3-4 armors down, and that would be more than enough, because economy in Valorant is extremely fragile. Like, the economy is potato in the first 3 rounds. Like, if you take down 3 enemies in the second round, in a third round, enemies will help potato by. Okay, now they killed two enemies, which is extremely good already. If they take 1 more enemy, that is extremely good economy round. You don't need to win the second round. The whole point of second round is to make the economy damage to enemies. And they did with this type of plays. Amazing. I mean, this is purely amazing. They took down 4 or 3 armors. They took down 3 enemies. Amazing economy damage. Like, the enemies will have potato buy now. In the third round, if you lost the first round and you lost the second round, you need to have the full buy, no matter what. If you already saved in the second round. That means buying the heavy shield and buying the Phantom or Vandal. I personally love Phantom more over Vandal because it's a stronger weapon in multiple cases. But Vandal is also a very viable weapon as well. Like, you should be practicing both weapons. It's just how the game works. Like, every single weapon is useful except Stinger and Guardian. They just don't have the place in the meta. Now, when you're playing Raze, you don't need to clear this angle purely on your crosshair placement. Right now, already, the Gladius should be taking out his Boombot and trying to clear this area from the... anything, like just trying to Boombot this area so that he makes the pressures on the enemies. Whenever you're pushing a certain area with Raze, you should be Boombotting and nading that particular area immediately as soon as you're pushing. He should be following this drone of the Sova and just pushing this B area with this Sova drone. A lot of people have misconception about the Raze. Raze is not the agent that deals damage. Raze is the agent that is able to take bomb sites alone and clear multiple angles and corners with her abilities. Her Boombot can clear like 4 to 5 angles without even you needing to check them. Her grenade can clear 1 angle and maybe lure out the enemies from that position as well, and maybe even kill them. And the C4 grenades are being used in 3 particular ways. First way, how you use the C4 grenades is, of course, to deal the damage to the enemies. If enemies are pushing you, you can just use your C4 grenades to deal the damage and to lure and to clear that angle, that corner. Second way, how to use the C4 grenades is to reach the spots that other agents cannot reach, for example, like these type of spots. And the third way, how to utilize Raze's C4 grenades is for the Ferrari peak, like this. It's the best peak to counter the operators and the best way to counter the enemy's operators that are holding on angles. So for example, if the enemy is holding angle there with operator, you do this C4 and voila, you Ferrari peak that motherfucker and you annihilate that ass. Also, you can use the Raze flights, like basically you need to position your C4 below yourself, you need to time it correctly, and voila, now you're in their faces. Like, it's just pointless in Immortal 3 and Radiant because these type of things don't work that much. Like, you will die always because players have a really good game sense, map awareness, and control of their aim, but in Diamond you can make a lot of plays and a lot of clips if that's what you love to do, but I love to win my games actually. So, let's see what the Gladius does here. You see, first mistake, Gladius doesn't use a single ability to enter the bomb site. Already, as he's going out from this area, the Boombot should be going backside here or here. Grenade backside here or here, so he can check this corner and this corner. And when he's engaging this area, you need to do the Ferrari peak, because the enemy can be here, here, here. Like, with Ferrari peak, you're making enormous amount of pressure on the enemies. Enormous amount of pressure. You see, the enemy was backside there, and he could have checked that angle with abilities. Simple. Now he's in a very bad spot. Now we have a maze made out of sages, and that's very interesting. And they decide to go back. Okay, I applaud this decision because the enemies wasted a lot of utility on B, and this rotation is actually not that bad, not that bad. Gladius, as soon as you're engaging these type of angles, let's do some utility. Finally, we have a Boombot going in. When you're doing the Boombot, try to do the Boombot so it clears as many angles as possible and not only one corner. That is the whole point of doing Boombot. Very nice flick from the Gladius. Very nice nade as well, but he didn't follow his ally for some reason. I don't know why. Not bad, not bad. Not bad round. Overall, not bad, not bad. Except the ability usage. I explained in my previous session, like in my previous VOD review, that you should always be holding this angle with ADS when you are playing split. Like, always ADS here, wait for the enemies for 5 to 6 seconds, and then push B. Because maybe the Jet with Operator or Jet with a Sheriff or any agent will peek you here. Just wait for the first 5 to 6 seconds. Don't push and wait for the enemy push. If they don't push you for the 5 to 6 seconds, then it usually means that they will not push you at all and you can take this area. Now we have a really good usage of his abilities. He should be following this Omen with his Boombot, of course. And one thing, when your Sage does this type of wall, what you can do in order to surprise the enemies, and what I love to do with both Jet and the Raze, like you can do the boost with a C4 satchel on top of that wall here, and you can peek the enemies from top of the wall. And that is one of the most surprising and best peeks in the game. Like, you can clear this area first, and then you can peek this area as well. And that's how I surprise my enemies when I'm taking the B side with Sage and Jet and Raze. Basically, my Sage plays the wall here, I updraft to this position here, or do the C4 down there, I go up the wall, and then I will try to engage my enemies. Of course, when you're going up this wall, please don't use the C4 literally in the wall. Like, place it here so the wall doesn't get destroyed or damaged. You know, like just use your brain. Use your brain. I don't need to tell you those things. I mean, I need to tell you those things, but I shouldn't need to. Now, Raze ultimate is being used on the attack in two ways mainly. First way is for the post-plan situation. When you're 2 versus 2, 1 versus 1, you can trade the enemies and win the round easily. And the second way is basically when you're entering the bomb sites. To enter bomb sites for free, because the enemies will be very scared and they'll just fall back or camp in the corners, and you can easily take them down or take that side down. Unfortunately, the round falls apart here, mainly because they took a very bad positions, his allies and he as well. Like here, as soon as he saw that his ally died on the B long area, they need to take this B long area. If this guy pushes and advances in, they are dead. Like, you need to have B long area when you plant the bomb here. That is the main thing that is mandatory. Because B site is very easy to take when you don't have that B area. Here, both of his allies died to this Sage, and Gladius should have followed his allies there. He should have focused this Sage instead of focusing on jumping on this box and other enemies. Because that Sage must die. Now, coming in this round, they have enough money to buy. I would definitely buy in this round. Like, they have over 4,000 credits, which is more than enough to afford the full buy. When you have the ultimate with Raze, don't be afraid to use it. Like, you can use it as soon as you have it. Use it to engage the enemies and enter the bomb sites. Easy as that. I explained in my previous video and my previous VOD review that you should always be watching this area from the plant first, and then engaging that area. Because that's how you need to engage those type of corners, those long corridors, because the enemy might push you with the, I don't know, with the Operator or Sheriff, and you will just die like a potato. Just hold here for 5 to 6 seconds. Okay, enemy doesn't push for 5 to 6 seconds, then go forward, advance. Very ballsy attack, too much crouching. I would definitely reduce that crouching, like that was like crouch shooting. Very interesting. One thing that you can do in order to surprise the enemies when you're playing Omen, Jet, and Raze, and that's why I love those 3 characters. Those are my 3 main picks when it comes to agent picks in solo queue. Like, Jet, Omen, and Raze are the best solo queue agents. None other agent is good as they are. What you can do, like, to surprise the enemies if they have Operator here and you have Smoke here, is come to this part of the map, boost yourself here, and then peek the Operator from here. This is the best peek from which you can peek the Operator, like from that position there. Because you can easily surprise the enemy that is in screens, elbow, or here. One of the best ways to actually engage the enemy that has the Operator in these type of positions. The enemies have Omen ult, the Sage ultimate, which means they need to stump the site and not let the Sage have a revive. Gladius is here being a bit useless, but he's coming to Sova to help him. Omen did a very bad play, and when you're using the Raze ability, this is the mistake I see all the times. Always use it so that you're not exposed from the enemy's sight. Basically, you can use this grenade to bounce off the wall and go into that area. You can use every single ability of Raze and not be exposed for a long period of times. so you don't die in a horrible death like this, for example. When you have this amount of money, he has 3,500. You can always afford a bit of a half buy. Like buy the light shield and sheriff, buy the light shield and Bucky. Maybe you clutch that round, you know, like allow yourself to have some freedom with your economy. Don't be very strict with yourself, but try to have enough full buy rounds, enough money for the heavy shield and for the Phantom, Vandal or Operator. In this round, he should have buy the light shield and sheriff because why not? Like, you have enough money. Now, he's not holding an angle again, but it's okay. He has a pistol. He needs to close the gap between him and the enemies. My Englando top level. Español no comprendo, per favor. Nice grenades, nice utility. They cleared that area. Boombot was not nice. Oh, the bomb didn't hit the backside. The bomb didn't hit the backside. Where did the bomb go? Oh, the bomb was way too deep. When you're dropping this grenade, I usually recommend you to drop it literally here on the ground, because then you'll be 100% certain that you will lure out the enemy that is here. But there are multiple lineups how you can drop that nade effectively. The enemy is spamming the box on the B with the Odin, and unfortunately there is no way to counter that with a classic pistol, but yeah. They should have played this round a bit more passive, a bit more safe, and to push together. Like, they were split a lot. Like, they're all full eco, they don't have any utility, and they should have just played together to take at least 1 or 2 guns out of the enemies. This is what I mean by half buying. Like, now he gets 2,300 credits for nothing, basically. Like, in the previous round, if he had Sheriff and he had a light shield, he maybe could have killed that Odin guy on that distance. Like, that was a one tap by the Sheriff. They're engaging the mid area. He needs to ask his Omen to smoke the mid vents. I really hope the Omen will smoke the mid vents, because if they pick this full on balls mode, okay, Omen smoked, now they can engage. He knows that the Raze is in the vents, and the Sage dropped the wall. As soon as you see the Sage wall, immediately destroy it. Like, that is a waste of 400 credits. Sage is a really bad agent at the moment, like, not worth playing at all. Just destroy it and move forward, my friends. Interesting nade on the both sides, I must say. I'm very, very not pleased at all. Now, they splitted a lot. Like, this is a split syndrome that I've been talking about yesterday. And basically, what we see here, 2 guys are here, he is here, the Sage is coming to the long, and Omen is with a bomb teleported on the mother effing A side. So if the Omen dies, the whole round falls apart. The whole round falls apart. Also, this Sova is in a perfect spot to die as well, and no one can refrag him. Always play on your ability to be refragged or to refrag each other. Right now, they have a horror movie. This is a horror movie for me. Horror movie. Like this is how my worst nightmares start like this. Fortunately, Sova escapes that hellhole, and Omen was able to plant the bomb without any disruption. Omen somehow surprises the enemies, but it's only because it's a gold and silver rank. Like, if this was like Immortal or Diamond, this would never work. Raze is the best character to counter the Killjoy, because every single ability of Raze except the Boombot can destroy the Killjoy's ultimate. And now he needs to drop the C-Force up there to destroy the Killjoy ult, because Killjoy misplaced her ultimate. Her ultimate is literally here, and he can destroy it with the C-Force. They're attacking the A site again. The thing that Gladius is not doing, he's not pushing with his allies way too much. He's splitting again too much. And I feel that I don't know, I just feel that he should have played a bit more with them. Right now, he would be much more useful if he follows this Sova and protects him and plant the bomb safely than playing this position, like. And also Sova is just doing a drone with a bomb here while his allies have that area. Like, it's very, very stupid. Good ultimate from Killjoy, I must say. Like, that ult covers a very large area of the map. Very bad ultimate from Gladius. There's no reason to use the ult now, since you already have a bomb site. Like, you use the Raze ultimate not to get kills, but to secure the rounds, to play the post-plan situations, to retake the sites, or to enter the bomb sites, not to take the kills. And also, this is a very wasted ultimate as well. Okay, now, you see, Gladius is all alone here. no one can refrag him, no one can take his head back if the Reyna rips it off. You see, like if he was playing like that first skill doesn't matter. Like when you're playing solo queue or ranked, you need to rely on yourself and your own ability to carry. Like you cannot rely on others, never. That's how life works. So in this particular position, he was just a potato. If Reyna and Killjoy had a bit better coordination, like Reyna dropped a blind and then Killjoy engaged, easy. Easy, man. Let's see what the Gladius will do here. He has Operator and he wanna do some type of a boost with Operator. This is gonna be very interesting. No. No, what the fuck was this? I don't know what to say. This is just like... very risky play. Very risky play. Very risky play. I don't know how much this would pay off, but this was very risky. Like this type of play is very good when you have the judge or a shotgun. Like this can pay off a lot. For example, you have a judge and you do this type of play if you know the enemies love to peek you there. Like you do that type of C4, you just time it very good and voila, you enter the enemies here. But to pick with Operator like that, I don't know, man. Like you're way too overexposed. You're exposed from this guy, from guy here. Your reaction time needs to be 100 milliseconds, basically. Again, Gladius should be playing more with his allies on the side, on the actual site. Like he's giving his allies a lot of trust to take that A site, and I would never do that, to be honest. Like I always go into the bomb site, I always protect my bomb, and I always try to play with that bomb. This is way too risky, anyways. But yeah, no one was watching in the behind anyways, so yeah, that went into potatoes. But main problem here was that they didn't take the bomb site together. Like that's the main issue of this particular round. Okay, now they're taking the mid area in the 10th round again. Let's see how they'll take it. As soon as you see the Sage Wall, immediately destroy it. 400 wasted credits, like just destroy it. And expect that type of peak. That is just like my grandma Josephine expects that type of peak. Like that just every single Sage in lower ranks does that stupid peak. That is a very stupid and dumb peak because it's very expected, and people in higher ranks just rip off your head. Like Sage is just useless right now, and it's a stupid agent. Again, we're gonna see some. Oh, Gladius, you really need to learn this. Like this mechanic is very easy, but it needs to be practiced in a custom servers. It needs to be practiced in a custom servers because there's no other way to learn it. You cannot learn it in a live games. Like you drop the C4 like that vertically, and then you need to time it like correctly, like to do that type of jump. Like so you don't end up jumping in the actual air, but you actually get the momentum and speed. Again, Gladius, don't split up from your teammates. Don't take the ramp, take the bomb site. You don't have the bomb site, god damn it. You don't have a bomb site, man. Again, he's going alone, a lonely rider. He's a lonely rider, my friends. He has one enemy in Vents and one enemy on Heaven. Enemy on Heaven is dead. Now, Sova, Killjoy, and my friend Gladius, they don't have the bomb. They engaged this Reyna together. That was a really good frag there. Really good crossfire. Now they need to play together. And again, we have a classic disease. Classic disease. It's called the split syndrome. The split syndrome. Our Gladius is very hungry for the kills. He is very hungry man. He didn't eat for years and years. And he could have died in this particular angle in a most gruesome ways possible. He's not only risking to lose the round, but he is also risking to lose this gun, which cost 2,900 credits. And before our friend Gladius engaged in this fight, he had 42 armor and he had 2,000 credits in his pocket. But now, after he engaged into this fight, yes, he has the kill in his pocket, but he lost 1,000 credits, which he needs to replenish in the next round. That's why you need to play a bit smarter when you're 3 versus 1, 4 versus 1, 5 versus 1. Let your allies take the frags and try to bait your allies or play with your allies in order to take easy frags without losing anything for your economy. His economy is still very fragile, like for the next round. If he lost the gun there, like Who knows, you know, like it doesn't matter which round it is. Like he could have bought because it's the last round, but it really doesn't matter which round it is. Like you should always take care of your economy and think about these things because you need to get them into your habit. Developing a good habit, no matter which round it is, it's extremely important. Don't get lazy and don't develop bad habits. The main mistake they are doing on the attack is that they are not taking the mid area. Like mid area is completely free for them in this particular game, because Sage just does a wall, she peeks over the wall, and they can easily fuck that Sage. Like if they destroy the wall in the first like 5 seconds, he needs to tell his Killjoy, destroy this wall. They need to make some pressure because Sage is on B tower at the moment and his allies are going in. They're pushing in. Actually, they're pushing in B. Omen again teleporting with bomb. They need to stop doing this type of shenanigan, to be honest. Like if you're an Omen player, never teleport with a bomb. Who teleports with the bomb inside of the enemies? Right? What type of crazy man are you? Now, they need to read the situation. They need to read a bit better. So, the enemy Killjoy is probably on B side. The enemy Sage is A tower, and Reyna... Pardon me, the enemy Sage is on the B tower, and Reyna is probably either in vents or A tower. So, in this particular scenario, I would definitely split A and follow this Omen. Omen is again going alone with the bomb. And I would never allow my bomb to go that alone. Like that's very risky. Baiting in the first round is extremely important, and playing the part of the map where people go 70 to 80% of the times. For an example, on split, 70% of the times people go A site. This is very good that Gladius is doing right now. This is an okay buy with Raze. Like it's whatever. Like if you're already buying Ghost, like you need to have the C4 pack and to have the grenade. We didn't see the first round on the attack side. As the attacker with Raze, you need to have the boombot in the first round to clear the angles and corners. Not bad grenade. But the thing that he did here is he kind of sold his teammate on the site. He didn't play with him at all, and he just gave him to the gods, to the almighty gods. Now, Gladius needs to be aware that the enemy Omen can easily teleport inside of this smoke and surprise him here. So he needs to finish this fight fast, and now he needs to be very careful about this smoke here, because the enemy Omen can be teleported there easily. Now, again, we see the classic Splitteroni syndrome. Raze is playing alone, Killjoy is playing alone, and only Cypher, only Omen and Sage are kind of playing together. Actually now, Sage and our friend Gladius. Gladius peeks alone without any help of his allies. Very premature peek and very fast peek, I must say. Now, they're pushing in 3 versus 2, so this should be an easy round for them. But yeah, it falls apart because they push... Everyone pushes alone. Everyone pushes alone. Like, this... Lonely rider push. Don't do this type of things, man. I get angry every single time I see this. Like, wait for the Omen to push, wait for the Sage, and then push together. Simple as that. You risk the round for basically nothing. Now in the second round, buy the shorty, buy some shotgun, and play a close range, and try to save for the third round always, as a defender. In the third round you need to have a heavy shield, and you need to have a Phantom, Vandal, or Operator. Interesting nade. In the previous VOD review I explained how you should be shooting with a classic pistol, if you have the classic pistol in the first round or the second round. Okay. They are playing the baiting style here. I love it a lot. Like Sova is below him and Raze is being a bait here. But the enemies are going onto the B side. When you're rotating to the B side, always rotate through the CT area, because it's much easier to retake the B side from that position. Because then you can go CT or tower. When you're rotating from mid, you always need to go tower kinda. And you're very slow as well. Right now, like, it's 3 versus 3, and they should definitely try to win this round, because, like, they have only pistols, they have nothing to lose. But I don't know really why they split so much. Like Sage is playing alone, Gladius is playing alone, the Omen played alone, everyone is playing alone. Like, if you're already eco you need to play together. Like, you need to stick together to take down the enemies and to take the weapons from them, or else you will lose this round like potatoes. Potatoes, potatoes, my friend. Potatoes, potatoes. You know how they say it. Nobody says it like that. That's just me. 1 HP. That's the easy clutch. Easy clutch. It's not bad. Like, even though he did only 39 and 37 damage, that's already some damage, you know. That's already some economy damage on the enemies. Like, he took down a lot of armor from the enemies. Split syndrome is very easily being cured. Just think where your allies are playing, just think where your enemies are playing, and try to follow your allies. You can cure it. There is a cure. There is a cure. Dr. Charlatano prescribes you playing with your allies and sticking in their anus. It even sounds like I am a doctor, but I'm not. Don't quote me on this one. So, the mistake that our friend Gladius is making right now is that he's playing the same angle and same position for 3 rounds in a row. So 3 rounds in a row, he's doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And the enemies can easily counter him and predict his movement here. So he should be switching his positions a bit more. This is a very risky rotation that he is doing. I would never rotate to the vents right now. I would always rotate through CT and help this guy on B tower. But there is really no reason to rotate at all because he has the Killjoy here, the Sage is here, and the Sova needs the help on A side anyway. So this rotation is not justified at all, simply because he has the Sage in this area already. From vents, peeking mid is almost like a straight up suicide because you're peeking like 5 or 6 different angles and corners. And playing the vents in general is a suicide as well because the enemies can easily lure you out from this position and they can easily kill you. They will smoke you out, they will molotov you. Like, it's a suicide spot to play on the split. I love this play from the Gladius. This was a really good play, but Sova did see this guy cross on the ramp. Like, there was a question mark here, and Gladius should be aware of this. That's why I told you, like, there was literally no reason for Gladius to play vents in this particular round. Like enemies are not pushing mid, Sage is on tower, he has Killjoy on B side, Killjoy has all his traps on B. He needs to help Sova and hold the A cross, and that's it. Like, now the whole A side is free, and the enemies can go B or A, they don't even care, they go B. Vents is the worst spot to play in the whole game. I do agree on that thing, and it is literally the suicide spot. Like, if you're playing Vents, you're bound to failure. Like, play 1 guy on A tower, 1 guy on A site, play 2 guys on B tower, and 1 guy on B. 2B heaven. 2B heaven is much better than playing in Vents. Vents is a suicide area. Vents is just pointless to have. Like, it's a suicide spot. I never play Vents, and it's just a bad position to play. Because this guy on A tower can easily stop that push from Vents. Like, it's just a very small corridor, and especially if you're playing Raze, like, you can just boom bot it, nade it, like, you can do whatever, to be honest. This is a standard position for the operator, and I love that he changed his position a bit. But right now, we have a bit of issues. Like, this Omen is kinda pointless here. Like, you need to guide your allies which positions to play. Omen is again playing Vents, and he's just being completely useless. It would be much better if this Omen was playing B tower instead of playing B Vents area. Like, he would be 10 times more useful. Right now, he's just a potato there. Potato sitting to be fried, man. He's gonna turn into french fries really soon. Also, this is a very risky position for the Gladius as well right now, because the enemy Omen can easily teleport to this area and he can surprise him. And the enemy Omen can also teleport here and he can annihilate Gladius in this position. They're going B, and they need to rotate now. Whenever you're rotating to the B side, I always recommend you rotation from CT because it's much more safer and easier to do that type of rotation. It's very easy to retake B side because you're always having the upper ground from the enemies. Enemies have really small amount of positions which they can play. They can play backside here, pillar here, side here, and also the B area. So if you're playing Raze, just try to use your abilities smart and try to have a really good timing for using them. That is not a very smart usage of the abilities because the bomb is still not planted, you don't know what's happening, like, the enemy still didn't push completely, they didn't take the positions completely, like, you should be waiting a bit more. Wait for the plan, wait for the plan. As soon as you heard this plant going again, you should be doing that grenade then to kind of stop that plan. But whatever, like just be more patient with your abilities. You don't need to do them immediately. Okay, that was really interesting teleport from the enemy Omen. A bit wasted. The main problem that happened here, our friend Gladius got baited from their Sage. Like, look at the Sage position here. And Sage is literally doing nothing. Like, I don't know how Sage allowed Gladius to die here. Look at the Sage. Sage literally baited the shit out. She was kind of maybe reloading there. But also Gladius was not looking at any angle, at any position as well. So everyone kind of made a mistake here. A lot of mistakes on every single side. And also, again, they died alone in multiple spots. Like, these guys died alone one by one. Then Gladius got kind of baited from his allies on the side here. Like, the round fell apart extremely fast. Like, the main mistake by the Gladius here is that he's not watching any angle or any position. He's just watching in the middle of nothing. Like, look at the Gladius crosshair placement here. Here, as soon as he saw this Omen teleporting, he should destroy this stupid image, because there's no way this Omen will stick to this teleport. He's just buying the time for his team. Destroy this image and then reposition your crosshair. Like, why are you waiting here? No reason to wait here. And then reposition your crosshair to watch the push from the left side, from the B long area, because that's where your Sage had a lot of problems. Instead of that, he's watching into smoke, and it was obvious that the enemies are not gonna push that smoke or play around that smoke at all. But mainly it was a miscommunication between Sage and him at the B tower. Again, our Gladius friend is not switching out the positions. When I'm playing the split, bro, I am playing every single position that can be played on this map. So, for an example, I know that enemies love to push the A area. Okay, sometimes I'll play from this position, I'll peek from here, maybe at the beginning of the round I'll nade this spot, I'll try to make some pressure on the enemies. Some rounds I'll play here, some rounds I'll hold this off angle here to surprise my enemies, jump here, use the C4 to jump back onto the site. Some rounds I'll play here, a bit more exposed like this. Some rounds I'll play on this part of the site. Like, I always switch my position based on the gun I have and based on what my enemies are doing. And not only that, I also switch up the position regarding to which part of the map I'm playing. So, if I have the operator, maybe sometimes I'll pick the vents. So once in a whole game, like, if I see that my teammates have a problem on B side, easy, I'll just play B tower. And when the enemies push me here, never rotate to the CT, always take this off angle here, and easy 1 or 2 kills for you. Just easy. That's how you play the split. Like, you always need to switch up your positions and to give to make your enemies guess where you're playing. Then I know my ally has a problem defending B side. No problem. Papito Charlatano takes the operator and he plays this angle. He kills one guy, I use the C4 and I fuck off. I dash away. So always switch up your position based on the gun what you have, based on what the enemies are doing, based on what you think the enemies will do. Try to read the enemies, and based on your allies' position as well and how weak they are in that particular area or that particular spot. So we see the Gladius is playing the same position again, which is kinda bad. Like, I would never play this position again, and it is obvious that enemies love to take the mid area and they love to take the B tower area as well. Gladius is trying to help his teammates from vents. This is justified. For example, this is very justified. Like, he has one of his allies pushed here. He has Sage here. You can play vents in this particular example. But if you're already pushed all the way back to the mid area, like if you don't have any allies that pushed this box here, etc., there is no reason for you to play vents. Exactly because of this, like, they just drop any utility in you and you will take some damage. They drop the smoke, you will get smoked, etc, etc. Like, it's just a very bad spot to be in general. Sova got a kill on A site, but they are still sticking to the mid idea and the mid area. Okay, Sova drone there, so they are probably not on the A at the moment, and he needs to defend this mid area. He knows that the Raze is in the showers. What are the showers? In the lizard, in the swamp of sorrows, in the lake, in the water. I need to find a word, man. So the enemies are definitely preparing some type of a B split or full B push. And he is in the vents area. He's very fragile here, and also his crosser placement was very, very bad there. But yeah, like again, he peeked alone the mid area for no particular reason, and he died like a potato. Like instead of that, he could have made a easy crossfire with this Omen, wait for the Omen to take the fight, and then peek from this area. Again, we are seeing our friend Gladius play the same position once again. Mr. Freeman is back on his A rafter spot. Will the enemies predict where he is? Will he get smoked? Will he get annihilated by the enemies? He sees a Killjoy placed his turret there, and that probably means that the enemies will do some type of a push on mid, because no one was there. Enemies are indeed doing some type of a push on mid, but now he's again playing the vents area, the suicide spot, which can get easily naded, which can get easily smoked, etc. He needs to... Oh, okay, that was a very interesting boombot, I must say. Be a bit more careful when you're doing your ults, and that ult of Gladius was extremely, extremely good. Even though this was probably a half buy or eco round by the enemies, you should always on defender's side use the ultimate whenever the enemies are pushing you, or whenever you're retaking the bomb sites. Or you can do the initial, immediately at the start of the round, you can use the Raze ultimate to ult a certain area of the map if you think the enemies are gonna push you there. Again, Gladius is being very, very careless when it comes to using his nades and abilities. Like, he is being very, very overexposed. And that's something that you should never do with Raze. You can bounce off your abilities almost on every single wall and every single area. Except your C4, of course. He's rotating to Sage on B tower, which is really good. This is a great rotation. And finally, he's doing something useful in this game. And he is gonna help our friend Killjoy. It's very... The positions that they have right now are very, very good. Like, they're playing the retake A. And the only thing that should not happen is this Sova should not die alone. They read the enemies really, really good. And that was a premature grenade. Never use your grenades and never use your utility blindly. Like, always use it in some useful way. The utility from Raze is extremely powerful, and it can clear so many angles and corners. For example, instead of using it before this smoke disappears, wait for the smoke to disappear and then use it when the enemy plants the bomb or when the enemy hides in these type of corners. For example, if the enemy hides here and you use the nade there, he needs to push you or he will die. And he will die anyways because you're waiting for him with your allies. Or something like that, instead of just using your abilities this prematurely. Like, you know, betting is next week, Papito. I knew it, Gladius. I knew it. You like the rafters, bro. I knew it. You seem like a rafters guy, you know. I'm more of the sewers guy. What? Okay, so the enemies decided to F off from the B area because the Killjoy did that ultimate and they defended the B side pretty good, I must say. But Gladius wasted a lot of abilities in that particular retake. I mean, it was not even a retake, like the enemies didn't push at all. Now, the enemies are playing again the B link, the B garden area, and they are playing the B long area. A classic mistake happens, like you take the first 2 kills at the beginning of the round and you get ballsy, you get cocky, and his allies got really, really cocky and they push the mid area instead of playing together. Now they are 4 versus 3 and they really, really need to play together in order to take this match down. So Gladius needs to play either with Killjoy or Sage. Unfortunately, Sage dies in the vents. Now the job of Gladius is to play with this Killjoy and stop this push, or simply just not let her die alone. Unfortunately, he was not fast enough and the Killjoy peaked without him, so now he is 1 versus 3 and he needs to clutch this. In this particular example, he should have sticked on killing this guy here. Like, if you just try to penetrate this box and maybe kill the enemy there before he planted the bomb, it would be an easy win round. Right now, just save your weapon. Use your C4 to F off from this position and save your weapon. Like, there's no way you can clutch this and you will just die. I don't even want to know how Gladius died. I don't even care how you died. I want to see you survive there and save your weapon for the next round. Because your economy is not that good. It's not that good. There's a lot of rounds to be played. right now. You see, like, that's why this position is very bad. Like, you instantly get smoked. You instantly get smoked by the good Omen and Brimstone players, like, and it's pointless position to play. This is also a very suicidal spot as well. Like, when you're playing A tower, it's much better to hold some off angles and to let the enemies push you a bit than to play this type of spot, because that's a spot that I personally check it immediately. Like, when I'm peeking here, like, I'll check it with operator like this. Immediate check. Instead of that, what I love to do, I'll jump on the box here, or I'll jump on the box here, play an off angle and wait for the enemies. Try to be exposed only from one angle and one position. Again, our friend Gladius got married to the rafters area, and he's gonna probably get smoked again here. Yes, he got smoked. I even predicted it. I mean, I see the future. Like, that's the problem. Like, I have that talent of seeing the future. Like, I don't know. I paid my soul for it, and I can just predict. That's why I'm so good in Valorant. Like, I know where you are going. Like, I have the free wall hack in my head. So, I collected the seven Dragon Balls. Ballsy balls, and I wished for future seeing thingy. He's playing the same position. Fortunately, the enemies didn't push him. They need to be aware of the Omen ultimate. Like, Omen can still ult very easily in the CT area, and they need to play a bit more passively to counter his ultimate. Or he can ult on A site as well to take it easily. They're taking very good positions. This is a very good positioning. The angle that Gladius is peeking is not my favorite, to be honest. Like, it's a very risky angle to peek. And he should be peeking from the box or something like that. Right now, there's no reason for Gladius to engage into fighting. Right now, just use your utility, stop the enemy push, and that's your whole job. And wait for your allies to rotate. Killjoy pushes the operator again, which is out of my mind. Like, it's mind-boggling to me. Now they're having a really good crossfire. They're leaving the A side kinda open. Ooh, very good shot from Gladius. I almost came. Ooh, very good second shot. Even though this shouldn't never be possible to happen. Like, he should be engaging with his allies and peeking with his allies, but extremely good shot. Risky play, but it paid off. Omen also did a very risky play. Now they just need to play together, 3 versus 1, and they'll retake the side from the enemy Killjoy easily. Come on, together. Together we are strong, all alone we are just wrong. Please, God, don't tell me you lost this round. Please, no, you didn't lose this round. No, you didn't lose this round. Please tell me you didn't lose this round. Oh my lord. Defuse. Ah! Always play together. Tap the bomb, don't stick the defuse. It was obvious that Killjoy is here. You did so much utility on her. Just wait for her to push. Like, this was so bad. Like, just wait for the push. You don't need to tap the bomb. You don't need to do anything. Just wait. She will. It was obvious that she will push since you did so much utility in her ass, and you just needed to wait for the Omen. Omen had to be a bit faster. Like, this was so sad and so bad, man. And also the positioning of your Sova was extremely bad as well. This is the split syndrome all over again. Like, Sova should have played the heaven position, and she should have got to the heaven while you were pushing the mid with Omen as well. Like, I don't know how this round fell apart like this. This should never happen. These type of rounds you need to secure, and you need to bait your allies, your teammates. You need to do everything to win these type of rounds. Like, whenever you know where the enemy's position is. So they knew that Killjoy must be in that smoke. Like, that was Omen smoke, but whatever. Like, it was obvious position for them to check. Like, they did shit tons of utility. The initial reaction of every normal human being would be to push that smoke after so many utility. And they just should have waited for the smoke to disappear and then push together. Don't push the smoke in which the enemy can rotate around without even knowing like what's happening inside of that smoke. Wait for the smoke to disappear and then push the enemy and push the smoke. Like, they had a lot of time to do that. Again, he's playing the same position. I'm not even gonna comment on the positioning anymore. Like, you should switch your positions a bit more and find some better angles. And also, it should have been obvious already. Like, enemies pushed B side for the past 8 rounds basically. So Gladius, like, whenever you see that enemies are abusing one part of the map from you, try to rotate the positions with your allies and try to play the B side instead of them, because it's just very, very, very stupid to be holding the same angle all the time while the enemies are annihilating you on the B side. You need to start reading the enemies and start reading what they are doing in order to F you up. Like, this is a common mistake that I see in solo queue and ranked games a lot of times. Like, people are afraid to rotate the positions and they are afraid to change the positions as well. Again, Gladius take a solo fight here for no particular reason. Right now, with Raze, it is extremely easy to retake B side from heaven. Don't retake the B side from CT area, from the B LA area, because you have the grenade, you have C4s, you can rain the fire over your enemies. And also you can position your boombot a bit better when you're retaking from heaven as well. Again, no one is playing together. Just look at the minimap. Just look at the minimap. Omen, B. Sova, heaven. Sage, down. Our friend, Gladius, CT. What the hell is this? Fucking Monty Python, man. Monty Python. That's what I'm watching. Fortunately, that Omen finds a kill there on the enemy killjoy, but the enemy still didn't plant the bomb. Now your friend Sova dies, and now from 4 versus 2, from 4 versus 3 or 4 versus 4, you end up in a 2 versus 3 situation for no particular reason. The enemies can be heaven, they can be behind you as well, and that's how your career ends. And that's how this game ends as well. The main mistakes, as always: split syndrome. Play together and play on the ability to refrag each other. Playing with your teammates is free, it doesn't cost anything, and it's just free, like, until, I don't know, maybe some people paid. So, second mistake, switch up your positions a bit more. Play some other angles and some other positions. Don't be afraid to do some ballsy plays like this one, like to annihilate your enemies in different ways and different positions. Don't be afraid to push a particular angle to check and get the information for your teammates if the enemies are pushing that part of the map. Also, when you're engaging into bomb sites, you need to have a particular set of executes how you're taking that bomb site. So if you're pushing A site, there's literally no reason for you to take the A heaven position if your allies already took the A long position. Instead of that, you should be doing this boombot, because this boombot will clear the screens area for you. You should be doing the grenade or anything to help your allies take this bomb site, like doing a boombot like this, grenade there, anything that will help your allies get into your actual bomb site. Because 3 times what happened, you went 8 towers without your allies were not able to take the bomb site. Always take the bomb site and then take the 8 towers area. I'm just not a fan of letting my allies do the job alone. Like, you cannot trust anyone in ranked. Like, you need to be your own man. Another mistake on the defender side: always switch up your positions accordingly to what the enemies are doing. Enemies annihilated your ass on B side almost in every single round. Instead of being useless and potato on the A side, you could have just played this B tower area. Enemies push you here, no problem. You go to the off angle area, voila. You take easy kills, enemies push you on B, no problem. You wait for the enemies to plant the bomb, they start planting the bomb, easy nade, then you peek the enemies, voila, you can drop down, the enemy sage wall is there, you use the boombot to clear that area, engaging here, etc. Or you can use the C4 to destroy that wall. Like, there's so many things you can do, so many different creative things. Like, instead of instantly dropping a grenade, instantly dropping a boombot, like, I don't know, dropping a boombot in B LA to clear this area is just pointless, etc, etc. A bit more smarter placement of the abilities, a bit more usage of C4s to Ferrari peak like this, and everything will be totally fine. Like, if you fix those little mistakes. Crosshair placement, not bad, not good, not terrible. Like, it can be a bit better, it can be improved in offline servers, and you can think a bit about your crosshair placement a bit more. And when it comes to shooting techniques and aiming, like, it's solid, it's solid. It's on that platinum diamond level. Like, it's not the best, but not the worst I've seen. Trust me, I've seen some people in diamond and immortal that have, like, no hands at all. They're playing with their feet, literally. Like, they're, I don't know, they put their cock on their keyboard and they're, like, playing the game like that. I don't know, like, if I was blind, without ears, without anything, without any hands or legs, like, I would play better than some immortal people, to be honest. But whatever. We're not speaking about those people right now. We're speaking about our friend Gladius. Just try to take more positions and try to think more about the enemy's positions and your teammates' positions as well. And that's it for this little VOD review of Split's Platinum Raze player, my friend Gladius. And follow me on youtube.com/charlatan. Follow me on twitch.tv/charlatan as well, because I'm streaming every single day from 12 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Down in the description you can follow me on other social media as well. Twitter, I make a lot of cringy jokes, like you need to follow the Twitter definitely. And also I update people when do I poop, when do I take a poo-poo caca, and when do I piss. That's a really important thing to know. It's just a natural thing. And also join my Discord server if you want to get coached, or you just want to hang out and make some chill. If you want to submit your own VODs as well, the link is down in the description, or you can go on my Twitch channel or Discord server and just type in !VOD Reviews, and the link for that form will pop up. I'm doing VOD reviews only for the Twitch subscribers at the moment and YouTube members, because there are just so many VODs and I cannot do them all. Like, I can do one VOD per day or per 2 VODs per week. I'm gonna keep it at that because my voice is dying. I'm yours, one and only Warden of the Trickster community. Thank you for watching, and